Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans, and of course, we got the homie Damski in the building tonight talking Falcons football. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan. We are back. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all this other type of stuff, man. You know where to find us, man. This is a great night to talk Falcons football. Thursday night football. I know y'all probably watching the Eagles and the Giants go at it right now. We don't see neither one of them teams, so F those teams. We're talking Falcons football here tonight. Of course, Miss Carey's here, T Will's here, Damski's here. We got to get to Miss Carey first. We just got off the Yakata. Carey.
The Yakata.
I'm back, baby.
Miss Carey? You're back?
Oh, she's back. Okay.
I'm back from
building?
Yeah, I'm back, unfortunately, from the Bahamas. Had a great 5-week vacation, and I'm ready for Falcons football in primetime now.
Hey, let's get it. Carrie's in the building. She's ready to rise up with us. Falcon fans, the chat is live. Chat is lit. I already see you guys talking Falcons football already. We got our dog T Will over here talking Falcons football tonight. Former ATO Sports, one time for the fans. How you doing, T Will?
I'm doing well, man. We got the man of the hour. We got Mr. Damski with us tonight. I'm super excited, man, to pick his brain and see what our Falcons need to do to win this game, specifically on defense. Oh, and guys, by the way,
hold on. I don't think Damski can hear us. Damski, you can hear us? Damski, you good?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I can't.
You can't? Okay, Damski, let's see. If you can back out, let's see. We never had that happen.
It's Jimmy Lake. It's Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
Did we mention Jimmy Lake or Desmond Ritter? Anybody say anything about Jimmy Lake?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It's Jimmy Lake. Jimmy Lake is the ghost.
I'm BPE Carey tonight. It wasn't me.
Hey, BPE, what's going on? Hey guys, we got John Brooks in the chat while we're waiting. What up, everybody? Let's go Falcons. Let's go get this dub. Go Falcons, rise up. We got Ronnie Thomas. What up, everyone? Hey, Ronnie, appreciate the call earlier, man. I'm older, so I tend to take naps, and I was completely knocked out, and I appreciate you. Damski, can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, we can. Welcome to the show, Damski. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
You guys have it great tonight. You guys heard it the other day, Monday night. Uncle Steve was here. Uncle Steve's Lounge talking Falcons football. Last night with Berto and Bro Talk reporting eligible talking Falcons football. You guys are in for a treat with Damski here talking Falcons football because you're talking about a guy that not only knows hockey and Ohio State football, but he knows Falcons football too as well. And it's going to be great to just pick his brain a little bit and find out what he thinks about this Atlanta Falcons team and how we can go beat those Bills. But before we get to that, Damski, how are you doing? Great to have you here the first time on One Time for the Fan. And, man, the floor is yours. Just let us know who you are and how much of a big Falcons fan you are, my brother.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me. Like I said, man, I'm doing good. I'm tired, man. I'm in the middle of my season for high school. We're just kind of grinding through. Defense is playing well. We're doing our thing. I think we're leading the league in turnovers right now. So, we're doing our thing. Falcons fan. Yeah, I started in the year they went to the Super Bowl in '98. That was the first ever game I watched was the '98 Super Bowl there. So I just fell in love with the jerseys and Jamal Anderson, right? He was a stud back in the day. I'm kind of loyal to them, and I've been since then. And then obviously when Vic came in, it was just easy to, he was so electrifying. All my friends were like, hey, he's the best player and stuff. But it was a different type of grind back then because being in Canada growing up watching football, the Falcons were never on the TV, right? It was just Buffalo Bills usually, if anything. So I had to go Monday mornings to grab a newspaper to see if they won because I didn't know. Well, there was no internet, right? Oh, wow. So I didn't know if they won. So every Monday morning I'd go and check the win column and see if we won, and then. Me not knowing the schedule, me and being 10 years old, right? So sometimes I was, they didn't play because they played on the Monday night. So I'd have to grab the paper on the Tuesday.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Right? So it was a fun thing. But yeah, man, just through the years, obviously Matt Ryan, Julio, those guys. I'm a defensive guy. So John Abraham was kind of my guy. William Moore too. I was a huge. I still have his jersey. William Moore fan. Um, yeah, just through the years. Yeah, really, that's it. I know the last few 5, 6 years have been a little bit frustrating, but you always try to sell yourself on the future, right? That's kind of where I'm at. I think that's why things look so bright this year, right? Like lots of players that are young and look great, man.
Falcon fans, you're hearing it from Damsky right here talking Falcons football. T. Will, you was talking a little bit of hockey with him earlier, and of course we might not get to too much hockey tonight, or even Ohio State, because Damsky, you're in the land of SEC country, so you're talking about the dogs that are in the building. Go dogs! But
Go Dogs.
one thing we can agree on is those Atlanta Falcons, and just like what you were saying, T. Will, the other night you were giving stories about the 1978-79 Atlanta Falcons, 1980. So Damsky, this brother right here, T. Will, knows some Falcons football, man. So we
I was
got
gonna
a great.
say that's before me, man. But hey, I'm pretty sure there's some good stuff going on back then, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a lot, but when it was good, it was really good, man. That 1980 season was magical. Those darn Cowboys broke my heart. They really did. So I will always hate Drew Pearson. Well, I don't hate him, but I don't like him for that because the Falcons were up 17-0 going into the half. They come out, you know what I mean? It's 1980. I'm a kid. I'm like, oh my God, the Falcons are going to go to the Super Bowl, and they just broke my heart. So Drew, wherever you are, you pissed me off that day, just so you know. But hey, man, all good. Super excited, man. Damsky, this Falcons defense, I
Mhm.
believe, is number one in yards per game.
Mhm.
Playing out of their mind right now, going up against a very good offensive Buffalo Bills team. So you have strength on strength from
Mhm.
their offense against our defense, and strength on weakness when you look at our run game versus their run defense.
Mhm.
Talk to me about what you would do from a defensive perspective to take away Josh Allen and take away James Cook.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is I think you can't let James Cook get going early. I mean, Josh Allen's the type of quarterback that he's just so electric. He's going to get his, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's more important to keep the ball into Josh's hands and not let James kind of get active in the run game. They like their inside zone stuff. They run a little bit of duo. That's kind of what they leaned on when they got those big guards, right? Like when you get big guards like that, you want to run it in between the tackles more or less. And they got Torrance from Florida a couple years ago. He's kind of slid in there and kind of really changed the mindset of how they're going to run the ball. Um, so I think most important thing, I think, from right from the get-go, my run blitzes would be like on point, like right away, first and second down. We're gonna be like, hey man, we're gonna keep, and as crazy as this sounds, I want to keep it. Josh Allen's gonna have to beat us, and like he really might do it. But I think furthermore, if you get Josh to keep the ball. I like our secondary versus their receivers. I really like our secondary is really starting to come into their own, just as a whole group. And it looks like potentially AJ Terrell could play in this game as well. I think, especially if he plays, like I think that's a really aggressive matchup for us. And it kind of like frees up the linebackers to kind of do so what's called a cage rush. So it's kind of like a half rush where you're kind of getting upfield but you're also trying to isolate him to like a to one way or the other. Like if we're
Okay.
coming off the edge from one way, we're trying to get him into the flow of guys like Divine Diablo and
Got
Caden Ellis, right?
got
So it's not just kind of like I know everybody will point to Nate Ollie's attacking style front, and you still do got to shoot up field, but you're not doing it to the point where you're allowing rush lanes and playing man coverage
right.
behind it, right? So like I really feel like right now, I think it's important to be really smart. From what I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of quarters coverage in this game, little cover four. If you look at their splits on like what they really like to run, it's really a lot of cover three, cover four, and cover six. I call it quarter half. Um, but it's on quarter half is usually for like if a guy's got an alpha receiver, you kind of want to like over under him and force the quarterback to make tight window throws. They don't really got a guy that I'm really worried about stressing us vertically. Khalil Shakir is kind of that guy, but I kind of really like Billy Bowman against him in the slot, right? Billy Bowman's kind of came in and been like a solidifying force at the nickel spot, and I think he's important too to stop Josh Allen when he's running. Like the most
Right.
important thing is to like kind of know and to keep Josh Allen in the pocket and like, hey man, if he's got to throw for 450 to beat us, that's a tough thing to do in the NFL. I don't care what quarterback it is, but that's the kind of the world I'm living in. You start to get into problems when it becomes unpredictable with Josh Allen using his legs so much. And then one of the biggest problems is Josh Allen, once he starts getting going with his legs, he starts feeling out the game a lot better,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he kind of, and then like really the Buffalo Bills team as a whole just kind of like
They feed
rallies
off
around
that.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like man, anytime you see your quarterback going to bat and rushing for 70 yards and he's kind of getting up and he's getting in people, like you're gonna naturally feel off that energy, right? Anybody that's been around high school ball, you see those 5-star quarterbacks, man, once they get going and they start talking their smack, it's
Right.
energetic. The whole
Yeah.
team's like, oh yeah, we're about to do this thing, right?
Because the new age quarterback is now pocket passing and
Yeah.
mobile. You got to do a little bit of both.
Yeah, he's moving. It's funny. In 2 weeks, we play the best one in where I live in Ontario. So I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm gonna see what Atlanta does. Maybe I'll steal some stuff about it. So and see what they do. But I think the best way to do it is cage rush them. I was listening to a podcast about how how Buffalo played them, or sorry, New England played them. And it was more or less same thing, man. Like just keep the ball in his hands and force those receivers to win their one-on-ones. And against New England, they really didn't win their one-on-ones. So I know that they have Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez, two really good corners, but
Mhm.
Mike Hughes is playing well, and I think a big X factor is Xavier Watts, man. Like he's kind of been, I know he's a rookie, but he's flying around back there, and he's making some big time plays, right?
Right.
I like you could point at if everything went right for him right now, the guy would have 6 interceptions in 4 games.
Yeah.
Like he really like, and it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, he could have had that one. He had it in his hands and he
Yeah.
dropped it, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think the biggest thing is like, and as crazy as it sounds, but just make the receivers win their one-on-ones to beat you, and keep Allen in the pocket. I think it sounds simple, but it's really not. And like I said, just don't let Josh Allen get going because being in Hamilton here in Canada, I see a lot of Bills games. He's just so energetic once he gets going. Once he feels out the game, he really gets going, right?
T-Will, get that paper ready, the notepad that said what he said. We're going to use that from last night's show because I told
Oh,
y'all
wow.
Damsky talks football. And you're hearing
So
it from, just the
No, it's
defensive side of
great.
the ball that we're talking right now of how to stop Josh Allen. Kerry, I know you've been posting facts and some other stuff too as well throughout the day on your Twitter page about, the Falcons and the Bills and what the Bills can do offensively and all this other type of stuff with their tight ends. But Kerry, just your thoughts about what Damsky is saying. What do you think the Falcons now
Yeah.
need to do to prepare this week? Because we're going to get into some more questions, and Chad is going to get live and Chad is going to get lit. But Kerry, what do you see with the Buffalo Bills?
Well, I wanted to. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask Damsky like his opinion real quick. As far I think somebody said it in the chat, it might have been DSGB Hall. He said we have to have a spy on Allen, which I definitely could see that because to Dempsey's point, he's a dual threat quarterback who can use his legs as well, and he can be very dangerous when doing so. So who do you see that could be a spy for us this week? Do you see somebody like Divine Diablo, Caden Ellis? Or do you see maybe Jalen
Jalen
Walker or someone?
Walker.
Yeah, who would you like?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at it, speaking of the dogs, like Jalen Walker was just so like you look at the quarterbacks that he faced in the SEC, right? Like those guys were really good athletes, and he was able to track them down pretty good, right? So I think he's an early kind of favorite to do that role. Divine Diablo, he's been probably our best coverage linebacker. So I assume when they run their like it really unlocked the penny front that Raheem runs, which is like a 5-man rush with one linebacker back. And Divine Diablo, his length has been a massive problem for middle of the field throws. So like I think the Divine Diablo, you could see it because he does rush from time to time, but Josh Allen, like his ability to read middle of the field throws, I'd imagine that Divine Diablo is probably going to be dropping in coverage a little bit more. But my biggest problem with like just simply man spying a quarterback is like that's cool for small, like not as powerful guys. Josh
Mhm.
Allen's 6'5", 245 pounds. Like
Yep.
Yeah, he's
I
huge.
get it. Like you, but it's like you miss it out the gate. My
Right.
biggest thing is the problem is if you play man coverage behind any kind of spied pressure, if all he does is break that one tackle and we're out the gate,
You
right?
saw it against
So
the Saints game. He was
yeah,
juking all over the damn Saints
Yeah.
defense.
I mean, look at what I was just well, before we got on there. Jackson Dart, he ran for a 22-yard touchdown. They were playing man coverage. That's Jackson Dart. He's not even as big, right? So I
Right.
think like the biggest thing is I think if they're gonna do it, Jalen Walker's the guy. He's easily like I posted a little thread about this, but the thing that's most impressive and is such a subtle thing to his game, and like I don't mean to toot my own horn. I just don't know if people will see it, but his ability to like shift his ankle to like keep his agility like is so like it's like an elite trait, but like not everybody has. Like if you look at Michael Parsons, the way he turns the corner, if you look at old school Von Miller, the way he like popped his ankle and like was really getting low, and he looks like a I don't even know, like a Power Ranger or something, the way he's getting so low. Like it's so like subtle, but I think it's something that would like cause Allen problems. So yeah, I think Kerry was exactly right. Like if anybody's going to do it, it's definitely going to be Jalen. Um, I think yeah, James Pierce has been like the guy that's just coming fire breather off the edge, right? And I think Nate Ollie talked about that in the preseason. He was just like he's like a blue blood, true like he's just going to get after it kind of pass rusher. And I think if he can take advantage of his one-on-one and like flush him to Jalen type deal, I think that's a good little situation to be in.
Kerry, you're hearing it from Damsky. Your thoughts just to piggyback off of that, or even just the Buffalo Bills. T will definitely chime in too as well. The Buffalo Bills are beatable, Kerry. And we can find ways to, move the ball down the field and move the chains too as well and beat them. Kerry, what have you been noticing about the Buffalo Bills, especially with the way that the Patriots played them last week? Because everybody was thinking it's going to be a 5-0 team walking into the Benz next week. It's a 4-1 team, and you lose one game, that means somebody got some film on how to beat you again. Kerry,
Right.
I'm sure you believe that the Falcons can win on Monday night. What's your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, 100%. I believe we can win at home. We're wearing the red helmet, so we got the red helmet energy. I think we're 13-3 since 2009 wearing those. Um, And yeah, this is Josh Allen's first time playing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'd love to hand him an L, his first game in the Benz in Atlanta. Send him back to Buffalo with an L. I think it's definitely doable. Honestly, when I was looking at the schedule before the season started, I did think this was an L. But now where we're at, how the offense finally got going against the Commanders, where you could actually see like the potential this offense has and what us Falcons fans know it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, being dominant on the ground between Bajan and Tyler, actually scoring touchdowns in the red zone instead of settling for field goals. Um, defense has been balling all season, really. So my thing is like you need to control the time of possession,
Mm-hmm.
keep Josh Allen off the field as much as possible.
Right.
And I think you do that by running the ball. I think honestly, I mentioned this earlier when I was with T Will. I think basically you run the ball. Like honestly, it's like to me a test for
Mm-hmm.
Zach Robinson, and you have the answers right here, right? Like you know that you're 10-3 when Tyler Algier rushes for over 15 attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know, like, so to me, you got to have a game like that, like you did against the Commanders, where Bajan has 16 plus carries and Tyler has 15.
Right.
I don't want to see a game like Carolina where Tyler has 1 carry and Bajan has 13. So I think you run the clock down by running the ball I think they're 28th in the league in run defense. So I think you can definitely attack that. I don't think their secondary is that good either. So I'm hoping we got a little taste of it against the Commanders as far as the deep ball finally with Penix this season. Hoping we see more of that, although I don't think Mooney's going to be playing because of the hamstring injury. He didn't practice today. So, maybe we're gonna see more Casey Washington, was what it's sounding like. So, but yeah, I definitely think the Buffalo Bills are beatable. You keep Josh Allen off the field and you run the ball and you look like you did against the Commanders in the red zone. You don't go 1 for 5 like we did against the Vikings in the red zone,
Right.
score touchdowns. I mean, it's going to be absolutely telling for me how we come out our first offensive
drive.
series. Yeah. You make a statement like you did against the Commanders. You win the coin toss and you elect to go ahead and put your offense out there and make a statement. I think if we do the same thing, you go ahead and score a touchdown, set the tone. I think that'll be massive. Because the Buffalo Bills score 30 plus points a game. So you're not gonna beat the Bills by settling for field goals in the red zone. So you
Right.
have to put up points. So yeah, I'm really hoping to see a game from our offense like we did against the Commanders.
You're really on the right path of what you're saying here, Kerry, because the Bills, Damsky, you know it, T-Will, you know it, and T-Will, you can chime in too. The Bills are going to play until the clock strikes 0. So don't ever count them out. You saw that Ravens game earlier this year too as well. I think they were down like 13, 14 points going into the fourth quarter and still had an opportunity to come back and win that game. Also, the ability of Josh Allen, extending the play. When you think you got him down, you think he's getting ready to get sacked or he's getting ready to throw an incomplete pass. He, like Damsky said, he has the ability to, use his feet, get mobile, get active, and move the chains a little bit more. We got to make sure we stop that. You can't go into a battle on points with these guys. I don't know when the last time the Bills got blown out, but if you're looking at 17-17 in the fourth quarter, just know that it's going to be a tough and rough game.
I think it's going to be a close game for sure.
Right. I mean, you got a team that's 4-1, and everybody from the AFC East side, or the AFC side, is saying that the Bills could be Super Bowl contenders. You have a lot of journalists and media personnel saying that these guys could be Super Bowl contenders, and I want the people to talk about the Falcons like that too. This is a big game. The world is watching. I know they have another Monday Night Football game happening with the Bears and the Commanders. Nobody cares about them. We need the Falcons to go out there and get this dub in a major way. T-Will, I know you got a lot to say. I know you probably got your notes over there. We talked Monday night. We talked yesterday. Now we're here with Damsky now, man. What do we have to do? What are the problems that we had in the past that we need to fix to go beat these Buffalo Bills on Monday night, T-Will?
Well, number one, you guys have all said it. You got to be able to run the ball. Look, if you're able to run the ball, that solves a lot of problems. Believe it or not, these two teams are similar in that they both like to possess the ball. I think we're averaging 33 minutes a game. They're averaging 34. Something's got to give. We run the ball really well. They don't defend it really well. So that tells me they're going to be very intentional on stopping the run. Right. So it's going to be critical that we get the play action going. Right. Also, and you know what? We're going to find out a lot about this Falcons defense in these next 2 weeks.
Right.
Specifically with Buffalo from a player perspective, because Josh Allen is, you could argue, the best quarterback in the league. You could argue if the Bills don't have Josh Allen, they might be 2-3 right now. Or 1-4. So really, and like Damsky said, if you stop Josh Allen and you keep James Cook in that box, you probably got a good shot, right? The other thing, and Damsky, this is kind of a question for you. Do you think the Falcons, because the one thing you don't want to do with Josh Allen as a defender is turn your back. So do you think we are in more man concepts or zone concepts for the large percentage of the game? Like give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit before, but I do think they'll be in more zone. I mean, like if you look at the coverage splits, they're a zone heavy team. It looks like anyways right now, and I think too, like I'd be curious to see just the 2 games that AJ Terrell missed if they went to even more zone
Yeah.
because AJ's like the matchup guy, right? Like he can match up with anyone. His man coverage stats are actually really good. So I'd imagine that they play zone. It's just a hard world to live in. Like I'm not saying they're gonna come out and play zone like
Right.
100%
100%.
of the time, but
Right.
like you can't do it, man. Somebody's got to have eyes on him, or else it's just gonna be a long night. Like we've seen this song and dance before. I think the one that's burned in my head a little bit was Colin Kaepernick way back in like
The NFC
2015.
Championship game.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
was it 2015 or 2014? Whatever year that was. Um, just like we were playing man coverage and we're just getting absolutely cooked on it just because of it. Right. So yeah, I think you really, yeah, like I said, you can't let them get going, and I think the zone coverage is the way to go. Yo, hey, can you be quiet?
He's in parent mode too. We're all parents here. I think we all know
Sorry,
what's
man.
going on. Yeah,
Hey,
No,
it's
it's
all
all
speaking
good.
good.
speaking of
Guy
being a
just
parent, come here,
guy
Claire.
just comes down
Speaking of being
guns
a
a
parent,
blazing.
hey guys, I gotta interject something right quick. I got my little niece, and y'all know she's rotten.
Niece is in the building. What's
Oh,
going
she
on?
wants to be on camera.
Yeah, she
She's
does.
so cute.
Oh
Y'all
my
say hi
gosh.
to Claire. Say hi. Look in the
Hi,
camera, Claire. Say
Claire. How
hi.
are you?
Hello, Claire.
Say hi,
Hi,
Claire.
Claire.
Say
Say
hello
hi
to
to all the
everybody.
people. You're
Claire, just say
YouTube
rise
famous.
up. Say
Say rise
rise
up,
up,
Claire.
Claire. There we
Okay.
go.
Oh, so cute.
Got to start them off
Claire.
young. Falcon
That's
fans,
all she wanted. She's been creeping up here for like the last 5 minutes. Yeah,
uh-oh.
whatever.
She said, "Don't lie on my name
Okay.
too well." She said, don't throw salt on my name too well." Falcon fans, we're in the building with Damski, talking Falcons football, getting y'all prepared for Monday night football against the Buffalo Bills. Had a whole couple of days of other content creators in here talking Falcons football. Now it's Damski's turn, and you can see from the first question we asked Damski, man, he already scored a touchdown on defense. So the first pick six goes to Damski. Falcons are up 7 right now. Damski, man, Jay Black has a question here in the chat. We can go around the table here, but we got to start with you, sir. Does
Yeah.
the panel believe that the Bills D will play more one high to stop the run? Because, Bijan and Tyler, the dynamic duo, is going to be tough for the Bills. Providing opportunities for deep shots for Pitts and the others down the field. Penix has talked about getting explosive with the playbook. How do the Bills stop the run? And if they play one high, does that open up the deep shot down the field, Damski?
Yeah, I think it's kind of unique. It's funny that Michael Penix ended up landing like kind of in this situation because most teams obviously do like Bijan's Bijan. He looks like he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year already.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's on pace for just absolutely one of the most historic seasons already.
Mm-hmm.
So teams have to stack the box. That's just without a shadow of a doubt. But I think the most unique thing about it is that Michael Penix's best throw is a 20-yard outbreaking route. And the reason why I think that's ironic is just because basic zone coverages, basic single high coverages are corner bails or they're playing man behind it, and we got man beaters. But a 20-yard outbreaker is like a perfect hole shot versus that coverage. And it's just kind of like intertwines. That's I think the first couple of games that kind of upset me that we didn't really get to that with Penix, and I think the more teams that play the single high coverage against us, I think like you're just kind of enabling Penix to kind of do those throws, right? I think one thing you did see, he got a little bit too confident the last game that we played it with Washington. He threw that pick. I think it was to Mike Sanders still, but he was trying to hit that outbreaker. That's kind of like his throw, right? So, like, I do encourage them to do it because I really feel like that'll get Penix in rhythm, right? They do
Right.
little corner stop routes. They do like 20-yard outbreaking routes. It's just really like a really good spot that Penix can really get the ball to. But even still, yeah, I do encourage them to stack the box because guys like Bijan and Algier, they're just kind of eating it up right now. So like I think what Kerry was saying too, like I feel like you got to just feed the beast. Like if they ain't gonna stop the run, like why would you even go to anything else at that point, right?
Right.
Even if you want to get Bijan in a fly, a little throw like that, like don't overcomplicate it, man. Like this is going to be a tough opponent. The more you can keep him on the field and have 14, 15 play drives, I think that's kind of like the recipe to success. But yeah, I do think teams have to. They come into Atlanta, they see Bijan. If Bijan is healthy, hey man, you got to stack the box. It's kind of name of the game.
T-Will, let's get to you on this question right here. And you did say 3 words that we got to get back to in a couple of minutes, Damsky. The recipe for success. And we're going to talk about the Falcons' upcoming opponents and how they can make the playoffs. And we got to find out from Damsky, what is the recipe for success for the Falcons to get to that level? T-Will, you see what Jay Black's question is. We want Buffalo to stack the box so that way we can open up some deep shots down the field. You heard Bro talk last night. He said, you're running the ball so well. What does that open up? Play action. T-Will, your thoughts on what Jay Black is saying right here. What do you think about the Bills in this situation?
I know they like to play some single high safety. So I think if they do that, I think that'd be a mistake because Penix threw that ball to, what was it, Drake last
London.
week?
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
Yeah.
And that's what he likes to do. And to Damsky's point, he loves that 20-yard out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you ask him, like, when nobody's watching, man, he loves to just fling that thing up. Like, I just, you know what I mean? That may not, and he can do it. So if they come out in single high safety, I absolutely would, at least 2 or 3 times. Because even if you don't hit it, you put it in their minds to, okay,
he might take a deep shot.
Maybe we need to rethink this.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that throw will be there. If you come out in single high safety, you're gonna you put yourself at that mercy. And I just think that this Falcons team, and Damsky, you can chime in here. I don't think that we have done that enough in the first 5 games, at least in my opinion. I don't think we've even tried to do that. Now you could argue, because I think Tampa Bay played a lot of 2 safety looks, so I get that. But when it's there. And even in the Tampa Bay game, there were some single high safety looks. You got to go to that. You got to see that. You got to exploit that. But I definitely think it'll be there. I do. So just my thoughts.
I think, also with Zach Robinson coming down to the field, seeing it a little bit better on the sideline. I remember with Matt Ryan years ago.
That's a good point.
Offensive coordinator came down from the booth, and, you got Zach Robinson coming down now to the field to where this is a big win. This is a statement win in the NFL. You got to beat this team, the Buffalo Bills, on Monday night. And then guess what? Next week, you have another tough opponent, the San Francisco 49ers, in their house, which I will say, 49ers fans, they show up well to home games. They travel, but they also show up well to home games. So Falcon fans making that trip next week, try to get your tickets early. I wouldn't be prepared to, I'm going to wait outside the stadium till the game starts and grab my tickets. 49ers are on a path to probably make the playoffs, and those 49er fans will show up with or without Brock Purdy. Kerry, the Buffalo Bills defense, to Jay Black's question, we want them to kind of stack the box because, technically you want your boy, BPE, Michael Penix, to take these shots down the field, right, Kerry?
100%. Yeah, that's, like Damsky and T-Will said, like, that's kind of what I was missing, the first, 4 games. And I'm happy we finally saw it. Well, I guess first 3 really, but against the Commanders, we saw, him finally throwing that deep ball and, showcasing what he was known for in college, at Washington. And what I was most excited for him to be our quarterback for that reason, the play action, and just like, how people say he has that cannon of an arm, he can throw the ball deep. And yeah, I mean, I would love to see more of that. And I think, to their point, that definitely could open it up more if they stack the box. And I don't really think the Bills have that great of a secondary, so I think it would be a great opportunity for Penix to kind of keep that momentum going as far as him making those deep shots down the field. So I'm hoping we do see some of that. But I do have a question for Damsky in regards to defense. The Bill, today I was really researching about the Bills, and I know that they use their tight ends. We haven't really mentioned it much. I feel like their receiving core is not that elite. It's pretty weak, but they do have a good group of tight ends. They have Dalton Kincaid and
Knox.
Yeah, Knox. Sorry, I was trying to remember his first name, but Dalton.
We don't
What's
care about his
first
first name. We
Starts with a D
after
too, though,
Monday
right?
night when we get that
I
win,
thought
F them Bills.
Dawson Knox.
Dawson.
That's what
Okay,
it is.
see, it's Dalton Kincaid and
Dawson's
Dawson
Creek. We'll
Knox. I
say
almost said
Dawson's
it.
Creek.
I almost
Yeah.
said Dalton Knox, but yeah, you're right.
I
Dawson
actually
Knox.
thought it was Dalton too. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that's why
Yeah,
it threw me for a loop for a second. But yeah, I saw today that they're first in yards as far as tight end groups. They're first in yards in the league, first in combined first downs and touchdowns, and they're also first in run blocking. Their rookie tight end, I think his name is Halls. He's really good with run blocking. So I'm curious as to like, what is your opinion? It's like the matchup as far as us stopping their tight ends and limiting them in their offense. I did see that our defense has allowed the fewest catches and the fewest yards to tight ends in the league this season.
It's so funny. I was gonna ask you that. I was
Yeah.
gonna say what do our numbers look like? Because I honestly I think like
Yeah.
the biggest factor there is Divine Diablo. The guy's bigger than most tight
He's
ends
been
himself,
killing it.
right? So
I mean,
like I think
yeah.
his length, like in the middle of the field, like kind of where Kincaid eats a little bit, is kind of like Divine Diablo's like playhouse. That's kind of where like him too, man. Like if Luck was a little bit better for us, we'd probably be leading the league in interceptions right now because he's gotten his hands on so many balls. Pause. But it's been like, you know what I mean? Like he's been really getting. But man, I coach a bunch of high school guys. I just can't say.
Yeah, I know.
I can't say
Even
balls
my
anymore.
middle
It's
schoolers,
it's
the same
killing
thing.
me.
My middle school
But you know
kids,
what I
they do
mean?
the
Like
same
he actually has been kind of getting active on getting his hands in there, right? So I mean, I think he's like if he has a really like we really need Divine Diablo to have a really good game come Monday night, and I think even twofold. I posted. It's funny because Washington came out in a little 12 personnel. It's called a flood concept. Go from the left side of the field to the right side of the field. And that was actually Billy Bowman and Jesse Bates communicating the coverage responsibilities on it. Both of them picked it up perfectly, and it resulted in a sack or a throwaway. I think it was a throwaway. That's what it was, and it resulted in a throwaway. And but it's like such little things like that that the Falcons are just like the secondary is just so in tune right now that everything is just like they're just literally strapping shit. Like
I love
everything's just
it.
getting strapping up, and it's like same thing, right? Like and like there's just so many. It's just night and day from last year. Like
Is it the
last year,
Jeff
guys were
Ulbrich
running wide
philosophy,
open things.
Dembski?
I don't honestly. I don't like. You could argue it's just a really good rookie class, man. Like Xavier Watts definitely shouldn't have went in the third round. Billy Bowman shouldn't have went where he went. Those guys have been like two of like the most. Like Justin Simmons was okay for us. He definitely wasn't giving us what Watts was giving us, and Billy Bowman was like. I hate to dog on Alfred because I did like him. He came from the CFL, did his thing here, but he just was not the guy last year. And Billy Bowman's been such like I know he's a rookie too, so he had a couple lapses a few times this season, but he's been just such a massive upgrade to that spot. And I don't think a lot of people understand just how important that position is in like right now in the NFL. But he's the blue blood starter, man. Like he's on the field for a majority snaps. He got the first sack of the season. Like he's just been a menace. Like, and it's like little things on the box score that don't even count. Where it's like he's filling a gap, and it's just like, dude, like you shouldn't be doing that. You're 5'9", at most 5'10", like 205 pounds. Like you shouldn't be doing that, but he is. But to answer Carrie's question overall, like Divine Diablo, man, like if he can shut that down, like there's a reason why the tight ends are most targeted, right? It's because the receivers aren't creating separation. I know that was a huge problem in the Buffalo game last week with New England, is that the receivers couldn't gain separation against Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez, right? So therefore, who's he going to throw to? Well, who knows? But he's going to take it himself as well. Well, they were doing a good job against him there. So I think the recipe is, man, like maybe get up in the receiver's place. You can play zone. You can play man press zone, right? And kind of play off of it, get in their face a bit. The one thing Keon Coleman struggled with coming out, he couldn't create separation, right? So, I mean, you get up in his face. Mike Hughes is a big physical corner. If AJ Terrell, he's a big physical corner. I hate to say it, but like you just gotta kind of like really chin check them and see what they're about. See if they really want to, try to do that thing or if the Divine Diablo's on his P's and Q's, then it could be a long night. I'm not saying that we're gonna blow him out, but Josh Allen's gonna have to shoulder a lot of that and be a monster truck all night, and that's tough, man. Rushing the ball like 12, 13 times. He's done it before, but that's really tough for him to do, right?
Right.
I'm
Terry?
so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited, honestly. And yeah, great answer. I agree. I mean, Divine Diablo, honestly, I remember when he first signed with us, I'm like, who's this guy from the Raiders? Like, he was not on my radar. And I'm like, come on, Terry, like, what are you cooking? And then now I'm like, wow, what an underrated signing. I think we got him for
Yeah.
2 years, I believe. And
Yeah,
man,
14 million.
if he continues on like this, I hope we extend him.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if this is right, but I believe that Caden Ellis is in a contract year. He's
Yes,
going
he
to be a
is.
free
Yeah.
agent next year, which I'm hoping we re-sign Caden, honestly, because I think
Hmm.
he's having a great year as well. He did last year too.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're able to re-sign him as well because yeah, he's going to hit free agency this off season, which I didn't realize until earlier this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Yeah.
would be great. And to your point about AJ, I saw earlier, he said that he feels 100% and for sure plans to play Monday night. So I feel like that's big that AJ is going to be
That's
back.
huge. It's so big for us.
It really is.
He's just overtime. He's a top 10 corner, man. Anytime you lose that, it's not easy. D. Alford did his thing, but him coming back is just like, he's just so huge in such a big game, right? I mean, they win this one. You could argue that that's gonna light a fire under their butt to like kind of keep it moving throughout the season, right? So
Right. We're going to get
I
to that too as
agree.
well. I definitely agree with what Dempsey's saying, and of course what Carrie's saying. We've mentioned Divine Diablo a few times here. So, Dempsey, the next question for you: who's your favorite player on this Falcons defense right now? Because we've said his name about at least 50 times
You can
already.
only pick
But
one. You can only pick
right,
one.
right. If you had to go grab a jersey right now, Dempsey, if you say,
Like
you know what, I'm going in
Highlander.
the team store, I can only get one right now. I'm going to go grab this guy. Who would it be right
In
now?
the end, there can only be one.
And
It's
you
like
know you
Highlander.
know that you rock with all the Falcons, so it's not
Look
like
at
you're
his
throwing a shot to
smile. He's
anybody else.
like, I want all of them.
because I think people would be like, oh, Jesse Bates, and it's definitely like I like obviously. I love Jesse Bates and like I definitely appreciate him, but like I'm such like a D-line guy, like you know what I mean? And like D-line jerseys are rare, so I kind of like fucks with that. But I don't know, I've been a fan of this guy like before we drafted him. I really studied his stuff when he was at Oregon. And
Love it. Let's
I really
go. He's
studied his stuff.
balling.
Yeah, I studied his stuff at Oregon a lot. He's just like I was so upset with his usage last year. And just to see him kind of like he's really starting to play. I don't even think he's there yet, but he's like every time I watch film and like I keep my eye to everything, but I'm always like, where's 54? Where's
Right.
Dorless, right? Brandon Dorless. I think
Florida boy, Broward
yeah,
County.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing I would probably draft all my players from Dade County. Those guys really know how to ball down there.
I gotta
Yeah.
say for Dorless, like even seeing him mic'd up, the energy that you can get from this
Yeah,
Yeah,
guy,
I
yeah,
love
like
his
it's
yeah,
just
energy.
yeah.
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like even
He's a fun play, bro. I'm upset that he's wearing 54. It's a little bit of a weird number, but we'll rock. So I'll rock the jersey just because it's him, right? But like, he's just a fun player. He's energetic and like had he not been there, like my other answer would have been in like if you follow my page, like I really like Taquan Graham, but it's like it's like,
He's another one that should
but
be back this week
he's
with
open.
his
The
huge, I
21
yeah,
day
feel like.
practice windows open for him
Yeah.
now.
but
Right.
it's like, dude, like I'm such a coach in the sense of like if you can do something really, really well for me, I'll rock with you, right? Like the
Right.
one thing he does is split double teams, you know? That's such a hard trait to have, right? So like I'm just like if you can give me this or that, like I've been rocking with him and then I'm kind of giving you three, but Billy Bowman would be a close, really, really, really close second to Brandon Dorless for me.
T. Will,
Nice.
who's your player on defense you looking at right now? If you had to go get one jersey right now, don't forget. We know we're all diehard Falcon fans here, so if any player family is watching, big shout out to your child that's out there on the field. But T. Will, your thoughts on who would you get right now? Who's
Oh
your favorite Falcon
man,
player on defense right now?
it's like Highlander. In the end, there can be only one. Wow. Wow. You know what? I can't believe I'm gonna say this because I've made so many jokes about his name, but I'm going to say
Felipe
Divine
Franks plays
Diablo.
offense, T-Will. Felipe Franks plays offense.
I
Remember
know.
that.
I'm talking about Divine
wow.
Diablo. I'm
Okay.
talking about Divine Diablo. If it, because let me tell you something. He has dominated that position. As a matter of fact, he's been so good, it's made it easier for Caden Ellis, which is why he's dominating, right? So yeah, for me defensively, I'm gonna go with Divine Diablo. Dempsey, I got another question for you. You are a coach, which means you are on the field. Talk to me about the difference of the vantage point from up in the tower as an offensive coordinator to down on the field. What is it that you see down on the field that you can't see from up in the tower? Because it would, to me, it would feel like it would be the other way because you can see more. But apparently, for a lot of folks, it's better if they're on the field. Can you talk to that and just explain what the difference is and why, especially from a new coordinator perspective, it's better for them to be on the field?
Yeah, so I've been I got moved to a defensive coordinator position 4 years ago now. But this was the hard one for me because I've never wanted to be in the booth. I've never once wanted to be in the booth. For me, I love the feel of the energy at field level. The ability to like correct things like right away, like right when that
Right,
player comes off, or
right,
like even like we're in the middle of a drive and I see something that a player fucks up on, I can be like, hey, come off. Let me give you a talking to, and then we'll get you back on and kind of correct it right away, right? But
okay,
I do agree with you offensively. I would have thought being in the booth would be a little bit better just because you can have the view of what you're seeing, right? But two, like what they were saying, they put the assistant quarterback coach up there, KJ Black, I believe his name
yeah,
is.
yeah,
I could be wrong, but it's KJ Black. But he's actually a really talented quarterback coach as well. So as long as you have eyes from the booth, like seeing what you see, and you could trust that guy, and you know
okay,
what he's seeing, I think that's key. But for me, like, oh my God, like I never even thought about going in the booth, to be honest with you, because I love being down there. Like when there's a pick happen, I'm the coach that jumps on the field and we're doing like body jumps and I'm smacking in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I love seeing the kids celebrate. That's my biggest thing. So I can only imagine at like such a huge high stakes level, like what that energy feels like with, and then you compound that with like 50,000 people cheering for it. Like the
yeah,
energy would be electric. Like it'd
yeah.
be incredible. So like I'd never really understand the guys that could be in a booth. Like almost every single team that we play, the offensive coordinator's in the booth, but like I think one reason is like the word has been out that I'm really good at picking signals. Like from so,
Hold on. Do we want to say that on
so
air?
I
Do we
can
want to say that
like
on air? Because we
Oh
can edit
wow.
yeah,
this. We
yeah.
can edit
So
this.
like in our league here, like people have found out, they're like, hey, like the coach at Cathedral, like he's really good at finding out what you're gonna do like
Right,
quickly from like if they're like, oh, yellow 38-72, like something like that. Like I can like be like, oh, that was a run to the left with the
right.
tight end coming in, inserting in you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, okay, like hey, let's blitz the backside of this and then we stop it, right? So um I don't know. It's just I don't know that too. Like I like the little chess match with the coaches. I don't know, bro. If you guys see me, if I got mic'd up one day, maybe I'll send it to you guys because
Please do.
I'm really energetic. Like I'm pretty chill online, but like
We can
I don't know.
hear
I
the
think all my
football,
energy's on
bro.
the field. That's why, right?
We can hear the energy from you talking about the
Yes,
game. I
yes,
can just
yes,
imagine when you're on the field, like
yeah.
grabbing helmets. Didn't I just tell you to run that cover three? Didn't I just
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
get back over there on
yeah,
that field? Not like Jimmy Lake did, but I think Dempsey's on the level of he wants to win. So when he
yeah,
sees his
yeah, yeah,
players out there showing up and showing out, it makes
yeah.
Dempsey feel good because as a
Yes, yeah, yeah,
coach, you're training these players and you're helping these players practice to go what? Like Eric Parker said, we don't practice to lose, guys. So
yeah,
go
yeah,
out there and play the game to win. So I definitely believe everything Damsky's saying on the sideline, he's probably super Damsky. This is Damsky talking Falcons on the chat. On the sideline, he's super Damsky. Puts that cape on, put that S on his chest, and he's out there tearing up shit.
yeah.
We got another question for you. We're gonna get ready to start wrapping up the show here. And we
Yes, sir.
talked about, preparing for the Buffalo Bills and Damsky. If you're on the sideline, if you're the head coach, going through this week of practice, it's a big game. The course, next week against the 49ers, another big game. But how do you prepare for the Buffalo Bills this week? What are you telling the players mentally? Of course, getting into their head too as well to make sure that they're ready to go. And then what are you putting out there on the field so that way they are prepared to go play up against a strong team like the Buffalo Bills? Debs, you're in head coach mode now. So you got the headset on, you got the clipboard. What are you doing this week? Practice started Monday, a whole week of practice before Monday Night Football. What do you do, Debs?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I'll speak defensively. I'll go offensively first. But defensively, I would just say, hey, man, like just make sure we're sure of our gaps, right? Everything's going to start up front. It's going to dictate whether we come out on top of this thing or we're going to get into a shootout real quick, right? So I think the most important thing too is be aggressive and let the receivers it's going to be a long day, right? Like be up in their face. Let them know when you strap it up. Hey, man, like this is where I'm gonna be. Like talk your talk and let them know about it, right? And then just going through like my coverages. Hey, be sure of it. Communicate everything you do. I think that's another underrated thing about the Falcons thing. I kind of post one or two clips of it every single week, but you see Xavier Watson and Jesse Bates just communicating back and forth, and it's such a refreshing thing to see. So I would just be like, hey man, we're probably going to play a lot of zone. We got to talk about our ins. We got to talk about our outs. We got to make sure. Hey, if this tight end leaks to the flat, we got to make sure about our wrap up. And honestly, be sure of your tackles, man. Once Josh Allen crossed that line of scrimmage, hey, we need 11 hats to the ball, right? He's a big boy. He can break tackles. He can jump over. He's kind of like a Superman wearing a cape there. So we got to make sure that we're kind of getting active, hitting him. I mean, once he crossed that line, there really is no boundary to which you can hit him, right? And then offensively, I would say, man, hey, keep the tempo, run the ball. Let's have long, sustained drives. Keep the defense off the field because, hey, if we're running the ball and sustaining the drives, then the defense can get some rest and kind of give us and trying to create turnovers for us, right? I think if you win the turnover battle in this game and you're able to consistently run the ball for longer drives, I really feel like that's a recipe for success. And then Penix, just take care of the ball, man. If you take care of the ball, our defense is kind of gonna get us there and keep everything in front of us. As long as you be consistent with your outbreakers, your checkdowns. If you're not sure of it, Bijan's in the flat. He can turn -4 into 14 real quick. So just be sure of those kind of things.
Kerry, you want to just put up the paper that says what he said, like what T-Will was using last night? Because I told y'all Damsky is on one tonight talking Falcons football. Kerry, you're the head coach now. What are you doing on the sidelines to prepare for this big game coming up against the Buffalo Bills? You can go offensive first. You can go special. Look, T-Will, you got it right there. You see what it says? What he said right there.
Yeah, exactly. What he said, essentially, I do want to add, like, Jeff Ulbrich talked to the media today, and he did say, like, there's an argument that Josh Allen's one of the, if not the best, one of the best players in the league. He says he hasn't gotten a lot of sleep these few weeks on the bye week for a lot of reasons because Josh Allen challenges you in so many ways.
Right.
If they get their run game popping, it can be a very difficult task for us. So I do think he's going to have the defense ready. I truly do believe that. He did say that he told the guys, we're going to have to play our best football. Like I told the guys this morning, we're going to have to earn the right to win this game. So I do think he's going to have our guys ready. Like I do believe he's had them ready all season. My thing is like, it's going to be like Zach Robinson. Like I said earlier, you have the test in front of you with the answer key in front of you. So there's no reason why you shouldn't get an A on this test. Offensively, I mean, the guys finally got going against the Commanders. You know that, I just feel like if he does exactly the same game plan he had against the Commanders, as far as like just letting Bijan do what he does best and just run the ball and let him be special. You use Tyler, at the end once the defense is tired and let him do his thing. But I do think it is key that they both get 15 plus carries in the game. Like I said earlier, we're 10-3 when Tyler Algier gets 15 plus carries a game. So my thing is like run the damn ball and It's really that simple, in my opinion, just because their run defense is that bad. And it also helps you with time of possession, which, like I said earlier, I don't want Josh Allen to get the ball. And yeah. I know earlier, like somebody mentioned, sorry, like try to get some picks or turnovers, but I feel like Josh Allen has really, I think he had one pick against the Patriots, but I feel like he's really cleaned that up, to be honest. Like he doesn't turn the ball over that often. So for me personally, even though we do have ball hawks on defense, and I'm hoping that we get some turnovers because that would be even better. I'm not depending on it. Just because it's Josh Allen we're talking about. He doesn't turn the ball over that often.
But could it be a shootout? Could it be a blowout? T. Will, your thoughts? If you're the head coach right now, what are you doing? Preparing for this week, because after the Buffalo Bills, you have the San Francisco 49ers. So whatever you're coaching this week, you're gonna have to go ahead and step it up harder even next week. But T. Will, your thoughts? What are you doing as a head coach to prepare this team? Offense, defense, special teams. Your thoughts? When you talking about bringing back Koo, we talking about what you doing out there on the field.
Special teams. Wow, we didn't even go over that.
Right,
Sheesh.
and this
they need to get it together. Actually, wow, we didn't even. Sorry, go ahead, T. Will. I completely forgot about. No, I feel like special teams has been pretty bad this season, to be honest. I mean, we finally got the kicker thing figured out, I think.
We hope,
but
yes.
Outside of that, I mean, I feel like we've been pretty bad. I mean,
had our ups and downs.
Special teams. Yeah,
had our ups and downs, especially when you're calling out this guy's the starter, then you go into a kicking competition battle, and then you're naming the starter again, and you go into another kicking competition battle. It's kind of disappointing to see. T. Will, head coach mode, what do you got, man? I know you got a whole notepad full of notes and plays and everything, breakdown and all that type of stuff. What you got, T. Will? You're out there on the field tomorrow morning. What are you telling these boys?
Again, a lot like what Damsky said, and Damsky, you said something that I really like. You said, and this is true on good teams. On good teams, you see, especially on defense, you see guys talking and communicating.
Communication.
Gotta be able to do that. Let me tell you something. On that play against Minnesota last year, I don't even think that was D. Alford's man. I think that was Clark Phillips' man. Now, he won't say this because he can't. I mean, how do you be like, well, it wasn't my guy anyway? I think what happened is Clark had the route behind him, and Clark got caught up doing something else, and D. Alford turns around and is like, oh, my God, nobody's there. But that's why he looked so discombobulated. But it really wasn't his man. But you know what fixes that? If you have conversations beforehand, if you're constantly talking with each other, if you're like, hey, I got this, I got that, you see that on good teams. And that's regardless of the sport, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever. If you're communicating from a defensive perspective, you can do that. So for me, that's number one. You got to do that. We got to be able to. Yeah.
I just want to real quick say I'm so glad I'm not on camera and the mute button is great because I am just trying not to laugh so hard at these comments. I don't know how you guys are keeping a straight face, but they're roasting you guys. Well, not Dempsey, special guest, but they're roasting T. Will and Jack in the coffee.
I had a good time last night.
I mean, look it. We got Damsky here. Like if Damsky wasn't here, I'm probably a little more engaged, but I want to maximize the time because I have a few more questions.
When you come back for the second time, bring your roast with you because we're gonna go back and start roasting everybody in this chat. This is Damsky's first time here.
I'm sorry. So. That landscaping one fucking almost had me. It almost
That's
had
every day. That's every day, Damsky. Damsky, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
And it's really a question. But let's say that you lose a game, but your guys play very well. Okay, you just lose, luck, whatever, better team.
Panthers game.
And no, definitely not that.
The defense was okay.
Yeah, they were, but I mean,
because of them.
I'm not saying 30-0. Like, let's say you lose, I don't know, 2017, but you're collectively as a team, your guys play to the best of their ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you by juxtaposition, you win a game, but your guys played awful. I mean, just awful. Guys missing assignments, not being disciplined. On Monday morning, which team are you harder on? Are you harder on the one that won or the one that lost?
That's a good question. I would say I'd be harder on the one that won, just because that way of winning isn't sustainable over a
Yes,
season.
yes.
Where like if you play a really good game and lose, and that's your standard, you're probably going to win more games, right? So like I would play the percentages there and kind of be like, hey man, we just won this game 10-7. We look like shit on offense. Defense allowed a couple explosive. Like you kind of like I would say that's just not a sustainable way to win, right? Um, yeah, I think that's what I would go with. I mean, what you described though, the first part is basically how my season's going now. My
Wow.
defense, we're probably second in points allowed this year. We have the most turnovers in the league, and we're 1-3 this year.
Hmm.
Because
Well,
we've actually scored more points on defense than the offense has scored this year.
but to your point,
Wow.
it
Who's
wouldn't
your
surprise
cornerback,
me.
Ritter?
Stop it. It
Sheesh.
wouldn't
He's
surprise
actually
it,
yeah, it's
it wouldn't surprise me if the second half of the season you guys actually win the multitude of your games, because sometimes it takes offense longer.
yeah,
But to your point, there is a pattern, there is a formula to winning, and you're doing that. But I brought up that scenario because essentially, to me, that's the Buffalo Bills these first 5 games. You could argue that they could easily be 1-4, 2-3,
yeah,
and it's
yeah, yeah.
not sustainable
No,
with,
it's not.
you know what I mean? Because people are going to catch on to that. So, with that being said, this is an extremely winnable game. Give me your perfect formula for a Falcons victory. And I don't know how much time we left, but I'm just going to throw it out there. And your score prediction. But give me, like, is it 3 turnovers? Is it 35 minutes? They have it for 25 minutes. Like, give me your Damski's perfect formula for winning,
And
and
just
then
to
give
add a
us the
2-for-1,
score.
T. Will, same question, but add the keys to success for the Falcons' future for the rest of the season. The keys to success too, as well.
And you know
Okay.
what, Damski? What he said. There you go.
Sheesh.
um, I would say, yeah, two turnovers. I would feel really good about where we are. If we got two turnovers in the game, um, I would really, really feel good about where we are. I think if you told me too that the Falcons had 5 sacks, I think that would be good. And like honestly, if you look at the pressure rates Atlanta has, a lot of their guys have a lot of high pressure rates, right? And then when you have a scrambling quarterback, he's more susceptible to sacks, right? I mean, he's susceptible to creating explosive plays as well. But if you can create them, get them in 3rd and 12s and 3rd and 13s, obviously and then you have receivers that can't create separation. That's where you want to be, right? That's where you kind of want to be. So I say that, and I would say if the Buffalo Bills team rushing number is below 75,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think the Falcons will win that game by a lot. I really feel like the key is just to stop, and it's not just James Cook. That's James Cook and Josh Allen. So if you can limit them to like 75, 80, and you have 2 turnovers, I think really Atlanta. If you didn't look at the score and you looked at that number, you'd probably, and you're a betting man, you'd probably bet Atlanta won that game. The keys to success is. I would
They got the
say
Bills,
off.
the 49ers. They got some tough teams coming up, Damsky. So this is where you turn
Yeah,
into Super Damsky here.
yeah. The keys to success is, bro. Don't fix what's not broken, right? Bijan Robinson. I mean, I would just keep like Tyler Algier is the closer. Like Kerry said, he closes out the games. But man, fine. And they're doing such a good like Zach. I know he catches his flack, and I know people hate the pistol and stuff like that. But if you just look at that Washington game as a sample size, the way that they were creating, they put Charlie Warner as the blocking
Yes.
running back. They
Yes.
put Bijan into the passing concept. Like that's such a unique way, and it stresses the defense so many ways because it's like, do we put a linebacker out there? Do we put a corner out there? Does their safety come over to help out over the top? And it kind of creates so much confusion. But man, just all over the yard, use Bijan wherever you can, however you can, and feed it to him. And then defensively, man, just let the young guys play because I know the numbers don't show it right yet, and I know people are like, "Oh, Jalen Walker's this. He's only got 11 tackles." he's doing a lot of the little things right. Just let the kids play. And I think by the time you get to midpoint in the season, those guys will really start turning up the sack numbers, and I think the defense as a whole will just kind of fall in place. And then I'll say this too. I said get Bijan the ball, but man, let Penix rip that thing, man. Like honestly, like you got to know what he can do. You got to know who he's gonna be. You got to know, like is this guy gonna be the guy? Like we gotta rip it. He's gotta hit the deep shots and get the ball to Drake and Kyle vertically downfield. I think that's really the success going forward is like, hey man, if you're not going to be a play action team and you're going to be a pistol and you're going to do that thing, Penix just got to let that thing rip, man. Because I think that was the biggest pause in the Carolina game was there was guys running back downfield. He just wasn't comfortable throwing it for whatever reason, right? So I think getting Penix in a situation, I think maybe the answer was to get Zach Robinson at field level to talk him through the concepts and whatnot. But I think it's just like, hey man, like let's let that thing rip. And I think you look at after the week 17 or 18 game, and I think you'll be in a good spot if those are the things that we kind of stick to. And then defensively, you let the young kids get growing. I think that's the success story right there.
Falcon fans. Where's the paper, T-Will? Damn it, T-Will, what's the paper? Where is it? What he said.
I didn't give a score prediction. Oh, that's a tough
floor
one.
Is yours.
Bro, I'm such like a
close, tight game. What you got?
I'll say.
And what we got with the Eagles? Let's see what the Eagles are doing right now.
I'll say 24-20 Atlanta.
Love it.
24-20
Love
Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
Falcon fans, you're hearing it from Damsky. For you guys that's not watching the Thursday night football game, the 1-4 Giants are up on the Eagles 20-17 at the half right now. So as you can even see for Giants fans that's thinking, Russell Wilson, what did you do to our team? Maybe Jackson Dart is there to save the day. Right, so Falcon fans.
My son loves Jackson Dart. I have no reason. Probably because he does TikToks. I'm assuming, but he loves that guy.
Hey, let me tell you something, Falcon fans. You got some young quarterbacks in this NFL right now with Michael Penix and Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart, and some of these up and coming guys. I mean, it's going to be a great NFL to watch going for the next couple of years. We definitely want to give the best of shout outs to Michael Penix for what he's done so far going into his 8th game carry. I think Michael Penix is going into his now, which is big right here for Falcons fans because this could be our franchise guy. Damsky, you've talked Falcons football so well with us tonight on the channel. We definitely want to offer the invitation for you to come back later on in the season and talk some more Falcons football with us. A lot of time spent on the defense tonight. He did throw in some offensive looks too as well. But that's what happens. You got a guy who's a DC over here. He's the defensive coordinator. I'm sure you got his playbook sitting over there right there in front of him too as well. Because you hear it from Damsky, like the energy from just knowing what's happening on the field, knowing what the coaches could be doing behind the scenes. We haven't even gotten to like the film room with Damsky too as well. He does a lot of breakdowns. I think you guys might want to follow him on social media. Like he talks football on a level that I'm sure all of us can respect. And then we could throw some Georgia, Ohio State jokes in there too. We're not going to do that.
They're on a collision course right now. It looks like
they are.
They could be going on playoffs. I always got when Georgia and Ohio State don't play, I always love watching Georgia. I think the biggest thing is just the way the defense plays, so that's probably why. I'm a big KJ Bolden guy though. KJ Bolden is like, I think the world of that guy. I think he's going to be a special player for Georgia. And
I mean, as an Ohio State guy, what do you think about Gunnar Stockton? Can he get it done? You think he could be the next?
I liked him when he came in. I thought he was the guy. I mean, he's got tough and rugged. Yeah, I think he could do it. I think he got it. I think he's okay.
He can do it with the devout running game. Like if you can run it for 200 yards a game, he can do it. But outside of that, that's going to be tough. Damsky, I want to let you know I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Craig because he says the only TikToks T-Will knows is the clicking from a grandfather clock. And is that like I thought that was funny.
So Craig's going to crack the jokes tonight. Does he have money in his account, or did he drop everything last night on the channel with the super chat?
Wow.
Last night he was spending big money. He was spending that Craig
He was
money.
spending really big last night. He was,
15 here. He was dropping money to throw some jokes.
He
around.
was. He ain't caring. He and Carrie were dropping big checks in the chat.
I told you guys with those super chats that Jack let me put the Bahamas vacation on the one time for the fan company credit card.
That's right.
So I had money to spend on my own on the super chats.
Well, hey, good thing it's not a company Amex, because it'd be due at the end of the month, Jack. So at least you got some time to pay that balance down, right?
Hey,
so
man,
there you go.
Got the money, you got to spend the money. But Carrie, you keep spending that company card, I'm gonna look at you like Buddy did in the pool. Remember that picture?
Oh wow!
Stop it! Over there looking like, who the hell taking that picture over there? But Falcon fans, this is great that we have Carrie, we have T-Will, we have Damski. It's been a whole week of fun talking Falcons football. Tomorrow morning, guess what, Damski? We got Big Low Country Sports joining us at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. talking Falcons football. So Big Low's gonna come here and start cracking the golf jokes and all this other stuff. I mean, he's a big time Falcon fan, content creator, podcast. You know what Big Low does. And right now he should be getting the bends prepared. So I think he's on the 50-yard line, spray painting the lines. Big shout to Big Low Country Sports for all that you do for the Mercedes-Benz. Damski, let's get to our shout outs for tonight. We're going to go around the table here, starting with you first, my brother, so everybody can go enjoy the second half of Thursday Night Football. This has been an amazing night talking football with you. And once again, the invitation has been sent for you to come back later on in the season and talk playoff Falcons football with us. So
I like it.
It's going to be even better. Shout outs to yours, sir. Who you got?
Shout out to you guys, man, for having me. I definitely appreciate the vibe here. Like I said, I'm a vibes guy, so the vibes were good here, and I always want to, I definitely accept that invite for later on in the season. Maybe a little playoff preview later on.
It's gonna be great.
Appreciate Carrie too, man. She kind of like intertwined everybody, so that was pretty cool, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
she's
problem.
Unpacking right now. That's why she doesn't have the camera on. She's
Stop it.
Was it 6 suitcases this time, Carrie? How many?
I just have to clear the air. I do not have a Kirk Cousins jersey, Craig.
Oh wow!
You said I don't have my camera on because I have a Kirk Cousins jersey on.
I guarantee you, Carrie's probably wearing a Bijan Robinson shirt, a normal red Falcons shirt, or the Michael Penix.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not on camera because I'm in my PJs and I'm comfy. So
that's how it is. That's how it is. One time.
So you can just see me there with the Bijan jersey on, okay? So that's what it is. But I do not have a Kirk Cousins jersey, thankfully.
Go ahead. Hey, you're hearing it here from Miss Carrie. Craig, if you want to go ahead and donate the Marcus Mariota jersey, I think Burlington's still open too as well before 12. So if you want to hit it back over there.
Oh, wow.
T-Will, Carrie, let's get to our shout outs. And guess what? We up out of here.
Yeah, I'll go first. Shout out to you, Damski, of course, for being our special guest. I appreciate you coming talking Falcons football with us, especially on defense. Shout out to you, Jack. Shout out to you, T-Will. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you all. And yeah, let's go shock the world and beat the Bills on Monday Night Football in the red helmets. I can't wait.
T-Will for my ATO Sports one time for the fan. I'm glad we caught you in between shows. T-Will probably has a 2 a.m. show to get to. One of the hardest working guys on YouTube right now. T-Will, man, your shout outs for the night. And guess what, T-Will? We're right back in the morning.
Right back in the morning. That's right, Jack. Come on, Claire. Say goodbye to everybody.
Good night, Claire.
Say goodbye to everybody. Wave to everybody. Say bye-bye.
Bye, Claire. You're so cute.
Bye.
Say bye. Say bye. Don't just wave. Say bye. Say Uncle Terry's the greatest.
Uncle Terry's the greatest.
You don't have to say that.
Yeah, walk away and say, don't make me say that on camera. Don't make me say that on camera.
She's like crying as she's walking away.
No,
I didn't want to say that.
No, she's not.
Mommy, T-Will's
I'm the cool uncle. Whatever, man. I'm the cool. They get all the snacks from me. They come up here and get on the podcast. They raid everything in my I'm the cool uncle. Whatever. I'm cool Uncle Terry. That's who I am.
Go.
I love you too, Claire Bear. See,
I thought she said drop that 100 in the account.
Okay, wait a second. Her nickname is Claire Bear.
Huh?
Did you call her Claire Bear? Because if you did, I love that. Because my nickname when I was a little girl was Care Bear. So I love that.
All my kids and my nieces and nephews have nicknames since most of them live with me.
Look at little brother in the chat said he paid her.
Whatever, Eric. Whatever. Whatever, Eric. That's why Auburn is going to lose this week. So Damsky, that's actually my blood brother.
Okay.
And he's an Auburn fan, and they suck, Eric. So anyway,
go Dogs, Eric. You know what's gonna happen
go
this
Dogs.
weekend.
Go Dogs. That's right.
Couldn't imagine being an Auburn fan. I don't know.
Oh my God! In 2025, right? You still have time to change teams, but hey, you know. Hey.
Now, I will have you know, Jack, because we have said that. On the off chance that Georgia loses, get ready for an onslaught of everything Auburn.
Don't do that.
Oh my God! Anyway, hey, Damsky,
grab the tiger
so
and throw him off the cliff like the lion did, and what was that lion? Just
oh man, Damsky. In all seriousness, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
I learned a lot. This was fun. I love it. Appreciate it. Of course, Jack and Carrie, thank you guys to everybody in the chat who joined us. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We are eternally grateful for that. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. You guys obviously can see me and Jack tomorrow at 9 a.m. as we get back
Carrie too. I think Carrie's going to be there too.
And, that's right. Carrie's going to be with us.
I'm going to be there.
Huh?
I'll be there.
You'll be there? That's awesome. That's like a two friends. That's great. Okay.
I'll be there. And real quick, I wanted to say that our friends, Chris A1 Forever Sports, as well as Smitty Sports Machine, just went live right now. So head over there and check them out as well.
That's Carrie's way of saying wrap it up, Terry. Okay, so
yeah, I gotta go tune in. Like
I gotta go put these prize picks in, man. I gotta go make this money, big dog. Second half done started.
Okay, look, you can also see me in 4xATL Sports 1 on YouTube. The number 4xATL Sports, the number 1. And Jack, it's on you, sir. Thank you.
See, Eric's over here joking. He's talking about, tell him about your other team. Yeah,
Braves. Well, I do not. Whatever. I'm not even getting
Braves, Hawks.
There you go.
Georgia Bulldogs.
There you
college
go.
football.
There you
Atlanta
go.
Falcons.
There you go.
Atlanta Dream. College basketball. It's Gonzaga. I know what he's getting ready to say. He's gonna be like, "How did you get the Gonzaga with all these Georgia teams?" Man, it's a long story. We'll talk about that on the next time. One time for the fan. Shout out to Damsky for joining us tonight. Damsky, you've really been blessed with One Time for the Fan, because we usually tell guests 15-20 minutes and then they stay an hour. That's how we kind of do it here on One Time. So once again, thank you here for being a part of this whole crew tonight. And the panel was great, the chat was great. Fans that's going to be watching later on, listening, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get One Time for the Fan, please continue doing that. And tell your friends, tag your Falcons friends, tell your Falcons family. I can't wait to get back on here in a couple of hours and talk more Falcons football. And then we got A1 who's live right now with Smitty. He's joining us Sunday night to talk some Falcons football. And it's just going to be, once again, another great show, just like it was tonight, just like it was yesterday with Berto and Bro Talk, and Monday night with Uncle Steve. Thank you all for watching. Eric Parker says you have 2 college football teams. We're going to find out in the morning, T-Will. Don't you do that to my dogs, T-Will. We're going to find out in the morning what Eric Parker is talking about. Damsky, for Carrie, for T-Will, we up out of here, y'all. You know what Falcons do? We rise up, y'all.
Rise up.
We up out of here.